The silence in the room is a physical thing. It presses down, heavy as a tombstone, sealing you in with a memory that refuses to die. You're not remembering a storm, not a scream or the porcelain shatter of a thrown plate. No, what haunts you is far quieter. You are remembering a look, a moment of absolute stillness that broke everything. Before that silence, there was an orchestra of chaos, and she was the conductor. Her words were intricate keys, designed to unlock every one of your fears, every insecurity. Arguments would materialize from thin air. A misplaced glance, a neutral tone of voice, all were twisted into evidence of your betrayal. You were a ship captain in a hurricane she summoned, just to watch you struggle for the helm. You'd apologize for crimes you didn't commit, for thoughts you didn't have. You offered your peace as a sacrifice, hoping for calm, but the calm never came. Because peace was never the goal. This is a fundamental truth you must understand. It is not about communication. It is about consumption. The narcissistic soul is a vacuum, a bottomless pit of need, wrapped in the illusion of superiority. It has no internal validation, no self-sustaining light. It survives by feeding on the emotional energy of others, your admiration, your love, your praise. This is their preferred nourishment. It's warm, it's bright, it's affirming, but this is the secret of their dark psychology. Your pain is just as delicious to them. Your frustration, your anger, your heartbroken despair, it all serves the same purpose. It proves that she has an impact, that she can reach inside you and pull your strings, that she matters. A reaction, any reaction, is a confirmation of her power. Positive or negative, it's all just fuel. Let's call them Arthur and Lilith. His world was one of quiet order, a library of carefully curated thoughts. Lilith was a wildfire. She arrived with a passion that felt like sunlight after a century of dusk. It was intoxicating. She adored him. She put him on a pedestal so high the air was thin. He was a genius, a poet, a king, but pedestals are small places, and they are built to be knocked down. The devaluation began subtly. A quiet criticism wrapped in a compliment. A joke with a barb he only felt later. Then came the storms. The tone you used when you said good morning felt aggressive. I saw you glance at that woman for 0.7 seconds. You've emotionally abandoned me. He would defend himself. Reason. Provide evidence. He brought logic to a battle of pure emotion. He was feeding the fire. Each denial was a log. Each apology, a gallon of gasoline. He grew tired. Not just tired, transparent. A ghost haunting the hallways of his own life. And then one Tuesday, the change happened. It wasn't a decision. It was a death. The part of him that needed her to be reasonable, the part that craved her approval, it simply gave up and died. Lilith began her usual performance, accusing him of some manufactured slight. Her voice rose. Her gestures grew wild. She was building the pyre. She looked at him, expecting the familiar dance, the defense, the anger, the hurt. But Arthur just looked back. He didn't look away. He didn't flinch. He looked through her. There was no hatred. There was no love. There was an absence, a void. The calm, chilling stillness of a dead star. This is it. The one narcissistic trigger you must never show a woman or anyone unless you are prepared for the consequences. The trigger is not your weakness. It is not your anger. It is your utter, profound, and genuine indifference. In that moment, Lilith's face changed. The mask of righteous fury, the one she knew so well, slipped. Beneath it was not cunning, not malice, but a chasm of pure, childlike terror. The actress had forgotten her lines because the audience of one had finally walked out of the theater. His indifference didn't say, I hate you. It said, you are not there. This is the ultimate narcissistic injury. It is not a wound, it is an erasure. What followed was not the usual controlled anger. It was a narcissistic rage, a desperate, primal scream against the void. She threw insults, threats, even declarations of love. Anything to get a flicker of a reaction. A spark of the old connection. But Arthur was an iron wall. The storm broke against him and fell away, exhausted. Be warned, this is not a tactic. You cannot fake indifference. You cannot pretend to be a void. She will sense the lie. The narcissist is a master predator of emotion, and she will smell the fear underneath your act. Faked indifference is just another move in her game. It is a challenge, and she will escalate until your mask shatters. True indifference is not an act. It is the final, quiet stage of grief for a person who never truly existed. It is the calm, soul-deep acceptance that the connection you cherished was a mirage. When you show them this void, this absolute lack of emotional investment, you hold up a mirror to their own hollow core. They are forced to confront the one thing they spend their entire lives running from: their own emptiness. They will do one of two things. They will either implode in a final, spectacular display of rage, or they will simply vanish from your life, like a vampire from a house it was not invited into. They must find a new source, a new host. Their hunger is relentless. In the end, you must understand this. You did not defeat her. You did not win. You simply stopped playing a game that was rigged from the very first move. And in the profound silence that follows her departure, you will hear a strange and unfamiliar sound. It is the sound of your own heartbeat, the rhythm of a life that is finally yours to command.